Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's another beautiful day. What's today? Today's Saturday. So I got up this morning between 8 and 9. I got 8 ounces of protein shake down. Between 9:15 and 10:30, 10:45, I got 8 ounces of protein water down. My stomach feels like bleh, so I'm gonna take about an hour break. Then about 12:15 I'll start getting some more stuff in. But that's where I'm at. That was basically, I had to just drink every minute I had to take a drink. So the hardest part for me is like every time I take a drink, it doesn't matter how much I take in, how little I take in, how I swallow it, it always puts air in my stomach and I have to immediately burp and it hurts a little bit. So that's a little bit of a learning curve. But that's where we're at. Went up and got siding for the handyman to fix the front of the house. The wife and the kids have cleaned up the house, cleaned up the turtle tank, so squirts water is all clear. The algae fish are freaking out because there's no algae to eat on. But other than that, you know, I'm gonna figure out, I guess they're eating dinner somewhere else tonight, so even though I took out enough food for 3 nights, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and start that because I think tomorrow night I have a roast that I'm gonna cook for them, so I'm gonna get that started and let that slow cook all the way for the next couple days. Anyways, we're gonna get that started. I'll bring you along if I have to do, or I'll bring you along for any of the cooking that I'm gonna do. Any prep work or anything like that. Don't think I have too much to worry about though. Anyways, just thought I'd bring you a little bit of an update on this beautiful Saturday. You can hear the guy outside working. Fun stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna take this broth, the remnants of that I made the other day, so it's got like big chunks of celery and onion and stuff in it. I'm going to pulverize them in the Ninja. I'm gonna use that as a base for the pork roast, or not pork roast, the beef roast that I have going in. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna sear the roast and the rib stew pieces, put that all in this pot, and that's gonna go and that's gonna cook probably on 200 for a few hours. So just let you know what I'm doing. All right, meal prep begins. So pork chops that I pulled out, I put some fish sauce, some apple cider vinegar, salt in a bag there. Gonna soak overnight. The beef shoulder and the beef stew pieces, just salt and pepper. Once this guy gets good and hot, you can kind of see it starting to smoke, so it's almost there. I'll add some olive oil to it, and then we'll sear those off, and then they're gonna go straight into this. So this is the pureed celery, onion, and jalapenos. It's got stewed tomatoes, and then I got cream corn and opened it instead of regular corn, so it's got cream corn in it, so that's why it kind of looks creamy. I just added some spices and stuff to it. Kristen's tasting it. Once the meat's seared here, it'll go into there. That's all gonna go in the oven for probably 10 hours, and then I'll add some potatoes and or rice to it to cook until that's done, and that'll be dinner tomorrow night. And then the pork chops will be dinner Monday night, I think. So we're going. All right, it's gonna be loud because it's sizzling. But see how I've got this dark crust on it here? That's what you want on all these pieces. So I've got it here, here. It's around the edge of the bone here, here. That's what I'm looking for. So these are gonna go for about 2 minutes on this side, and then they're going straight into the pot. We're doing this one in the rain, ladies and gentlemen. Look how gorgeous it is out here. That is my fence line. That's my job this winter. My tackle. I'm gonna trim that fence line down, get it down so you can see the gorgeous ponds back there. I had a guy come out today to fix. Up here, some of the siding had ripped off when that guy was pulled off the house. Long story, neither here nor there as to how that happened, but my plan, instead of putting that back on the house, is we're going to turn that into an outdoor patio. Hang on, you guys got a little bit of water? Did I get it all? I think I got it all. Oh, and then I fogged you up. Okay. Anyways, my idea is to turn that into an outdoor patio. I'm going to put it on some 4x4s and bury those in the ground. I think I've told you guys about that. So, anyways, I finished. I got their dinner cooking. It's still slow cooking in the oven. They're going to eat that tomorrow. They're eating with my mom and my grandmother because they have some new chicken nugget recipe, homemade chicken nugget recipe. Anyways, I have managed to get about 60, maybe 70 grams of protein in today. My goal is 90 to 100, so that's pretty good. And on top of that, I've probably had about 20 ounces of liquid. I had some of the Premier water that I have this morning. I had, I made some Crystal Light, some pink lemonade Crystal Light, and I've got, oh, excuse me, hang on. The worst part, oh, those, they hurt. I got some Crystal Light I've been drinking all day, plus I drank some water. I've probably had more than 20 ounces now that I think about it. They basically tell you to do so much within the hour. So basically what I find is that I take what I need to have within that hour, I keep it in my hand, and I constantly sip on it. Every few minutes I make sure, at least every minute I'm taking a sip in order to get in the required amounts. And I find that way I'm actually getting in more. I haven't hit that mark where I felt like I've been full or over full or anything like that, because, you know, within 15 minutes, within 5 or 10 minutes, any liquids that get into your stomach are already being emptied out. I got to see that happen live. My biggest thing is, like, it's hard to tell when I get full right now because of the pain around, you know, where everything's been jostled around. It's just not back into place, and it's still kind of sore. So that's what I'm working on right now. I will say, for anybody that's considering this or going through this, the first few stages, like, that's my biggest thing right now, is I find it's easier just to sip a little bit, because I'm so worried I'm going to over drink and bust stitches, that I sip a little bit every 30 to 40 seconds throughout the hour, so I know I've got stuff going in, but I'm not overdoing it to the point that something's gonna bust. That's honestly my worry. You know, you get leaks and things like that. That's how you prevent them. But that's been honestly my biggest struggle. Is every time I drink, I feel like I take air in. So, like, I ate some Jello. That worked out really well. It didn't take any air in. I basically just got a baby spoon, took a spoonful, chewed it around a little bit, swallowed it. I didn't have any air issues at all. So it's been a very busy day, considering I'm only 3 days out from surgery. I had a lot to do. Had to go to the next town over. I have a very funny story to tell you about my handyman that came out and put these up for me. And he also worked on securing the porch more to the house. My family decided that since I had surgery, they were going to mow grass, and my grandmother and my mother mowed and weed eated, so I'm super thankful to them for that. That's super awesome, because our mower's been down for like a week or 2 weeks, and then so it probably would have been another week before I could have done it, you know, before I was, because I'm on like light duty, and I can't lift or pull or swing on anything that's more than like 10 pounds, so I couldn't ride the mower and things like that. So I definitely appreciate their help in this. But anyways, that's, you know, that's where we're at. I don't know what I did to my finger. I did something weird. Today's been mainly uneventful, just trying to get in my protein needs. More concerned getting in my liquid needs. I found it's a lot easier to get in my liquid needs with anything that's not the Premier protein water, and I think it's just that flavor. It's a fruit punch flavored. I've heard Premier makes a plain water that has protein, or they make like a citrus flavor. I'm gonna look for it online, see if I can't order some, see if maybe that changes things, because I like the idea of, while I'm drinking water, I'm getting protein as well. But to be honest with you, it's just, I think it's just a flavor. Like, I could, regular water, no big deal. This Crystal Light, no big deal, you know? Maybe I'll make some Jello with what the Premier water I have, and that'll add protein to the Jello, but it'll also change the flavor. I'll try that. I mean, we'll try that. We'll see if that helps. I'll try that maybe tomorrow. Make some Jello with the Premier water that I have, some lime Jello. Maybe that'll cut that sweetness out of the fruit flavored. But that's it. We're chilling out. It's not too late. It's probably about 5 o'clock. So it's not too late. Just thought I'd bring you out here and show you my beautiful front yard. Freshly mowed, almost freshly weeded. I do got the awning there, so it's a bit of an eyesore, but that's something I'm hoping to deal with in the next 3 weeks. I did talk to the handyman about possibly getting me a price quote and seeing what he would charge me to just put it up on 4x4s for now. I told him exactly what I was looking for, and he told me he'd get me a price. Chris and I keep talking, we keep bouncing ideas. Eventually, it's going to go up, and eventually I'm going to build a wooden deck for it, and it's going to be like my outside grill area, because that's what I want. I want an outside barbecue, patio, grill area, you know, something to entertain guests with, have parties at, and things like that. So, our friends Patty and Robert, who live in Moultrie, who we visited them before, you've seen us go up there and swim and stuff. They came and visited us today. They were in town doing some errands, and so they stopped by and hung out. I love seeing them. They're super fun. Robert and I have a lot in common. Patty and Kristen have a lot in common. All in all, we have a lot in common, and they're super fun to be around. They're definitely one of the families that we get along with the most. Our other ones are our friends in Tennessee, and then the rain's terrible. And then I have some friends in Callahan. Probably the people we're closest to, you know, those 3 sets of families. But anyways, that was cool to see them, hang out and talk with them and stuff like that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm gonna, I don't know, Kristen just rewatched last week's Game of Thrones episode because she was looking for all the things she saw online, and then I like to give her like a recap of what's gonna, you know, what to expect tomorrow, even though I don't think it'll have anything to do with tomorrow's episode. But that's it, you know. I think I'm gonna hit 90 grams of protein today. If not, I'll get pretty close. And I'm definitely keeping the liquids in. I'm not feeling any dehydration. You know, I'm checking for all the signs. I think I'm getting all my fluids in now that I've changed. I tried to persevere through the Premier water, but I think now that I'm away from that flavor, oh, you guys, that hurts the most. I'm telling you. I'm burping because it all just. Anyways, well, that made me lose my train of thought. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope this is helping somebody who either has questions or concerns about this, or if you're just friends of mine and you live far away and you just have questions and concerns about me, I hope these are helping you out. I'm actually doing really, really good considering 3 days ago I was in surgery, you know? Considering my stomach's been cut into an itty-bitty ball and my small intestines have been cut and changed and reorganized. I'm sore, but I'm only taking the pain medicine to sleep. And honestly, I probably could get away without that. I'm just worried I'm going to turn the wrong way because I toss and turn real bad when I sleep. So, honestly, though, I'm doing great. You know, I've heard the horror stories about after surgery and how people can't tolerate anything. The way I'm seem to doing it, like I said, I haven't felt overly full, but it's because I constantly keep taking stuff in, and I space it out a little more. So it's instead of like, okay, this hour 8 to 9 I've got to get 9 grams of protein, I'm gonna do 3 ounces here, 3 ounces here, 3 ounces here. I'm like, I'm just gonna take 9 ounces and I'm gonna sip it the entire time. Like, I know mentally I've got a goal, I've got to get this completely down within the hour, so I keep sipping, and that's done a lot for me. So yeah, I even made a protein shake, and I used plain protein powder, but I added a little bit of banana cream sugar-free pudding mix to it. I thought I only added enough to make it have a banana cream flavor. It turned into pudding, so I was like sipping pudding a little bit of time. I made 10 ounces of that, and I got probably 7 down, so I've still got a little bit more left in the fridge. I'll probably finish that tonight, and that's another that's another 3 ounces. I think I said 10. Yeah, 3 ounces. And what's good about that is not only am I getting protein from the protein powder, I'm using protein enriched silk milk, so it's like cashew milk, but it's got protein. I'm using Fairlife, so it's lactose free milk, but it's got protein in it. So like, yeah, I'm getting 30 grams of protein from the protein mix for just 1 scoop, but I'm getting an additional 9 for the 8 ounces of milk that I'm putting down too. So that's super awesome. I think that's where it's helping me get my protein needs. Plus those are liquids, so let's see, I have to have 64 ounces of liquids a day. So we had 8 ounces this morning of the protein shake. I did 6 ounces of water, so we're at 14 ounces. I did another 7 ounces, so we're at 21 ounces. And then I want to say I've probably done about 10 ounces of Crystal Light. I have in a big bottle that I'm just constantly sipping. So we're at, what I say, I was at 14, 21. We're at 31 ounces. It's 4 o'clock. So I've got 33 ounces to go. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit that because I need to do another 8-ounce protein shake. I need to do another 8 ounces of water. Pretty sure we're going to make that mark. So I'm doing it. I'm exceptionally perky. Now that I think about it, I do need to go take some more of my vitamins. I gotta get calcium. I gotta get 3 more doses of that, but I think I can take the next 3 together. I just can't take the calcium with the iron. So yeah, so that's next. I gotta go take some more calcium. Yeah, you know, I'm a lot perkier than I thought I would be 3 days after surgery. Tell you, within the first 10 to 15 minutes after surgery, when I came out of the anesthesia and stuff, I was ready to call it quits because I was in pain. But once that subsided, I got a lot of the air out and the gas out of my stomach. You know, that was okay, no big deal. Even in the hospital, I got to where I was only taking the pain medicine every 4 hours, every like 6 to 7, the last day every 8. So, and even now, like I said, I only use it to sleep, so we're going almost 24 hours. Not 24, like 12 hours before I'm needing it again. So yeah, I feel good. I'm probably gonna hop on the elliptical tonight for about 5-10 minutes. I'm supposed to keep up 30 minutes of walking a day, so I got a good bit of walking earlier today because I had to go outside and meet with the guy about this, and then I walked up to my grandmother's and stuff like that. So I got a little bit of walking in. I brought the elliptical down here so I didn't have to worry about walking in the heat this week, because I was worried that was going to be an issue. But I like the elliptical more anyways. I feel like it works out some other things more. So I'm going to use that this week. Probably do like 10 minutes 3 times a day so I don't overdo it, don't rip anything. Like, that's my biggest worry, is damaging what's been done. I feel like the doctor did a good job. You know, the cuts and stuff are clean. And I guess I should share those with you guys. So, all right, here we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what the overall look is. Hopefully that was zoomed in and it focused properly. Hopefully you guys can see it. They're very small incisions. The dude did an immaculate job, considering he was worried he was gonna have to cut me open. So they're very small. When I shower, I can wash everything except for my stomach. I have to let warm soapy water wash over it because the glue that's over top of it is like a super glue, and they're worried that the soap could make the super glue peel off of it. I can't pick at it or touch it, even if it gets itchy or anything like that. So those are things I have to watch out for. No swimming, can't get in a chlorinated pool because that'll tear the glue. So those, I think those incisions take a good 2 weeks to fully heal. It takes a good 2 weeks for the insides to really start to get a good heal on them. What else? I'm trying to make sure I get as much information into these videos for anybody that has questions about this surgery. And then, you know, on top of that, recording my normal goofy stuff. Oh, funny thing. So this morning, I came out here. So this is the siding that came off. I've got to take it to the dump now that I know I don't need it. I've got to take that to the dump and get rid of it. This is one of the new pieces I bought. He hid it under there for me. Anyway, so I was coming down the steps this morning and I watched a little brown snake tail slither its way under the awning. So when we go to move the awning, I got to make sure. I'm pretty sure it is George. George is my pine snake. He lives around this area. There's also a black racer that lives over there. Because the fence runs around and then it's a clove that's never really been dealt with. It was used to be cut back, but it's pretty close to a creek and the ponds and stuff. So there's a black racer that I've seen slither away from the lawnmower. But this guy is George. George is a pine snake. I discovered him when we were putting the house in, and I didn't kill him. Painful. The kids are aware he's here. The wife's aware he's here. The family's aware he's here. But basically, I don't kill him because he keeps mice. He can eat the mice, you know. Just stay here. He can live under the house. I don't care. He can eat the mice, you know. But whatever. Anyways, that's George. I know a lot of people are like, snake, and I'm like, okay, non-venomous snake, he can stay here. The black racer can stay because we have ponds and creeks and moccasins, and those bad boys eat them. So, yeah, I'd rather have 30 black racers to one moccasin. Anyways, I'm babbling, I'm going on. I hope this helped people out. I hope this helps you out. I'm going to share my YouTube channel with my doctor, I've decided, when I go see him on the 5th. And be like, hey, you know, I've been recording this. If you've got people that have got questions, I do my best to answer everything I've gone through. They can kind of get a picture of what life is like before and after for somebody, you know, concerns and scares and worries leading up to the surgery, after the surgery. You know, I know not everybody bounces back. Not everybody's as perky within 3 days or the next day or anything like that. So, yeah. Anyways, I'll share that with him and see if he wants to share it with his patient, the rest of his patients. But yeah, you know, this has been an interesting experience for me. It was my first surgery altogether, so it was my first time under anesthesia, only my second time staying in a hospital. The first time I was in like 6th grade and I had pneumonia, so I mean, completely different experience. But as you can see, the sun is coming up behind me. It's actually not coming up, it's coming out of the clouds, getting ready to set. It's driving the rain away. A big prayer and thoughts with you to anybody in Texas that watches these, because Hurricane Harvey just made landfall last night. It is a Hurricane 4. If you watch and you live in that area that got hit by Harvey, let me know, you know, so we can know that you're safe and okay. They were saying that Harvey's going to stall there for a day or two. Hopefully, if it stalls, it winds down in its degree of intensity pretty rapidly since it's over land. But I know a good portion of it's still over water. It's pretty scary. Hurricanes are scary. We've never had one full-on hit this part of Florida because Jacksonville's in that like neat little clove. So it's like, oh yeah, Jacksonville's definitely going to hit, and then it hits those waters and kind of skirts the coast and it's gone. You know, we get the outer bands, and I know Louisiana's getting hit, so if you live in Louisiana, same thing, thoughts and prayers to you. I hope everybody's safe. You know, don't do anything crazy, don't go out in the storm, don't try and be a hero for anything. you know, take care of you, take care of your family, keep everybody safe, you know, in this pretty intense time, and hopefully Harvey will dissipate quite rapidly. But other than that, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I'm gonna go chill out and get some more protein, get some more liquids in me, my calcium. Yeah, I hope you guys had an excellent Saturday. I hope your Saturday was as awesome and blessed-filled as mine was. And stay safe. Till tomorrow.